Fellas, ladies, you looking for lotions? You looking for beard oils? But unfortunately, everything you get from mainstream got chemicals in it and they're probably killing you? No problem, we got you. Go check out my people from Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. That's Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. www.top2bottom, BOTTU, the U is for unique, M.com. Tell them I sent you.
Hey, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Welcome to Ron's Opinion. Don't matter. Financial Friday. Hopefully, y'all having a blessed, wonderful day. Hopefully, all is well in your life. God bless y'all. God bless y'all. God bless y'all. It's a beautiful day, even though it's raining, but it's still a beautiful day. Why? Because God blessed us to see another day. And yes, He did. Why do I thank God for that? Because might not be here right now. Just dumb enough. But God is good. Blessed to see another day. Thank God I'm here. Hopefully, y'all having a blessed, wonderful day also. And welcome to Financial Friday. A little bit tired, but I'll be all right. Um, a lot going on with the stock market. Um, I'm waiting around. I'm probably going to wait the Monday right now. We're in what they call earning season to some extent. If you notice a lot, if you're a person that invests, depending on how often you invest, how much you have invested, how far spread out you are, you're gonna get a lot of basically earnings reports. And I've been looking at some of the ones, well, a lot of the ones that I have money invested into, and just trying to see the performance. And I noticed that I know sometimes I ain't gonna say notice, but sometimes people look at earnings. And one way you got to look at earnings is that let's say they project a certain amount of earnings and they miss it. Now, if you miss it by a whole lot, either your projections are wrong or your performance is bad. One or the other. Meaning that you are way over projecting. That means you probably don't have a good idea of your business and how it's really being ran. Um, but if you're projecting is it within a accomplishable, reasonable level, and you actually miss it, and but your financials look good as a company, then I don't always look at it as a concern. So when you look at a lot of the reports, sometimes even though they might miss earnings, that isn't always a bad thing. I mean, yeah, sometimes it can be, but so a lot of time when I look at the earnings and I say, oh, they missed it by some little percentage or stuff like that, it don't really raise a concern all the time. Sometimes it do, and a lot of times it do, but sometimes it don't. There's a little more you got to look into it. You know what I mean? Like if you projecting something to do some ridiculous number and they don't do it, like where did you get your projections from? Like see some of these CEOs, oh yeah, we're gonna project, we're projecting, we're gonna do this, and that, and they all hyped and all that talk. And then it turns out you don't come with nowhere near it. Is it bad business or is it just bad projections? I don't know. But either way. So Jan Torres 5, I hope I said that right. God bless you. Welcome in, welcome in. FSK. One of the companies I've been slowly feeding money into. I'm in the red. Like really, really in the red. And it's a real estate company. They based in Philadelphia. I'm definitely really in the red. But I kept buying, and kept buying, and I kept buying, and I'm probably going to buy more. My minimum was 100 shares. I am at that. But I'm probably, depending on how things go, I'm gonna give it some time, and I'm probably gonna pull the trigger and start buying more of that. I was buying IEP. Like I said, I'm not a financial advisor. These are just things that I pretend I'm going to do. A lot of these things I already have invested in. This is just a me saying that, you know what, I'm going to probably buy more stuff that I'm looking at. And IEP is another one that I'm looking at. Both of these companies do pay dividends on a quarterly basis because I am by far just mostly a dividend investor. So these are companies I'm looking at. I've already upped my positions in them. I've gotten to the minimum of where I wanted my position to be, which was 100 shares, and probably going to extend further than that based off of what I might see down the road. Yes, they are. I am in the red, and I'm in the red relatively a lot. What's up, 4037? How old am I? I usually don't talk about my age. I'll just give you this. I'm in my 50s. How about that? I'll just say I'm in my 50s. I mean, really, you can kind of figure it out if you go through my YouTube page enough, but I'll just say I'm in my 50s. That's part of my intent is to I'm looking at this. There's a lot of other ones I'm looking at stock wise. You're 10. Yeah, if you're 10 years old, you should not be on this live because it's not for children. Even though I don't do crazy stuff and say crazy stuff, but I always try to click not for children. But you're 10 years old, and if you really are 10 years old, please do me a favor and exit out of this live because it's not for you. This is not that I'm going talking crazy or anything like that. I'm talking about financial and stuff like that. But you should be in school if you're 10 years old, for real, for real. But yeah, this is another one that I'm looking at that I am in the red with. Hopefully y'all hit the like button. Hopefully y'all hit the subscribe button. Again, this is Financial Friday. A lot of things people don't understand about finances is that we have a tendency. I don't even know who Andre Ward is, but we have a tendency to sometimes to look for somebody to come save us when it comes to our financial problems. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, that's not gonna happen. The best way to get yourself out of financial thing is to restructure and re-alter how you spend your money and what you value and what you don't value. And a lot of times we value all the wrong things that doesn't bring us any value back to us. That's why I always tell people on my lives, I said, listen, I'm not a financial advisor, but the one thing I always say is that maximize your assets and minimize your liabilities, because one thing about this, life is going to cost you. Every single day, life is going to cost you. And if you've got a bunch of liabilities, guess what's going to happen? It's going to consume up your life. Every single time you turn around, it's going to consume up your life. It is. It's just going to cost you and cost you and cost you. So financial wise, if you're trying to better your life financially, the best thing you can do is maximize your assets, meaning search for things that you can take what little money that you have that would help that money, take that money to help produce more things that's going to generate revenue for you on a regular basis. Start small, don't give up, and keep going in that direction. That is the best financial advice anybody can give anybody else that don't really look at it, that struggle. There is no magic wand that's going to come and rescue you out of your situation. It's just not going to happen. Because here's the thing, it can rescue you. And guess what? If you don't have your mindset set right, if you don't look at things differently, and you're not willing to take constructive criticism when you're failing at what you're doing, you're going to end up right back where you were. And eventually it's just going to be game over. It's just what is going to end up happening. Eventually it's just going to be game over. So sometimes we don't realize what we're doing. We just think it's no. At some point it's going to eventually just be game over. And no, you're not supposed to have, that's why if you want to live, and here's the thing. I don't think that your whole life should be consumed by working. I don't. I totally disagree with that philosophy. I think, people that stay busy, it's all right to be busy, but I don't subscribe to the philosophy of you should spend all your life working. You should spend all your life trying to find a way to not spend all your life working. That's the way I look at it. You should spend majority of your life trying to find a way to not spend all your life working and do it as soon as possible, as young as possible. Does that mean it's going to work without any issues? No, it don't. But if you don't start early and you don't try early, you're going to end up at some point. It's just going to be game over, and it ain't easy. I can tell you right now, it ain't easy. But if you stick to it and you continue to do it, and you look for ways to make money, but also help have your money make you some money in the process, you can beat the game. You can ultimately beat the game. That's real talk. You can actually beat the game. If you don't, you're going to end up being a victim of the system every single day. And that's what's going to happen. You're going to end up on the victim side, because every time you think you're doing a little bit better, and then you start getting a little bit loose with the money, some crazy thing happens and consumes it all up again. Because it's not about how much money you make sometimes. It's about what you do with what you make. And that's real talk. It's what you do and what you make. We get ready to run a 30-second commercial. We'll be right back in 30 seconds. Please check out Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare, and we'll be right back.
Fellas, ladies, you're looking for lotions, you're looking for beard oils, but unfortunately everything you get from mainstream got chemicals in it and they're probably killing you? No problem, we got you. Go check out my people from Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. That's Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. www.top2bottom, BOTTU, the U is for unique, M.com. Tell them I sent you.
And we're back. Make sure y'all take advantage of that promo code OG Network 26. That's promo code OG Network 26, where you can take advantage of all your products, all of their products. If you spend $35 or more, you'll get a discount of 15% off of all your products. Can y'all hear me? For some reason, I feel like you can't. Oh, okay, yeah, we good. Anyway, back to what I was saying. As it relates to the stock market, financial stuff, and investing. Nope, I'm not a financial advisor. But I'm going to tell you something. And I always try to tell people this. I know they don't like to hear politics of it, but it is. Politics have an impact on your investments. Sorry. Might not like it, but it do. Make sure y'all hitting the like button. Make sure y'all hit the subscribe button. Appreciate it very, very much. I'll put some stock codes that I put into the chat. The reason why I put them into the chat is because these are the things that I'm looking at. Yeah, I'm not here telling you what you should buy. I'm just telling you what I'm looking at, what I possibly may buy myself. Now, if somebody was to buy these are things that I have holdings in already that I am actually in the red. So if somebody or decide they was going to go in and purchase any one of these stocks at this time, right now, at this moment, they would actually be buying it cheaper than what I paid for, because I'm in the red. If they was to do it. How y'all doing? How's everybody doing? God bless y'all. Some of this stuff, I'm really getting my behind handed to me, but I don't care. See, scared money don't make money. Like I said, this is not I'm not putting these in there for anyone to buy. I'm just telling y'all what I'm doing, what I'm looking at, and what my possible intentions are. And if someone wanted to go look them up, they could. Oh, what's this? What's that? What's this? What's that? It's just stuff that I'm looking at that I potentially may buy some more. Make sure y'all hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Appreciate y'all. And that's real talk. This like I said, we in earnings season, and I've been noticing a lot of stuff. I mean, crypto has been taking a beating. and it's been taking a beating for a while. Now, again, crypto's a different animal. Mostly what I invest in is dividend stocks. That's where I spend most of my time at. That's where I spend most of my investments at. Is in stocks, companies that pay out some form of dividend. But I do have some holders in crypto. I do. And I'm positioning myself for the long term run. I'm not so much concerned about it. Crypto had these moments where it's just, you get these little small runs and then they just kind of die off and then plummet. I don't really care. I just ride it out for the long term. Hardest part about investing is being able to stomach the downturns. Because a lot of time when people look at investing and they see their money depleting and they don't have nothing to work with, that's why I don't put everything. That's why I went the dividend way. Is that and it'll always give me something to work with. You know what I mean? If I don't, some form of dividend come in, it gives me something to work with. When dividends come in, it give me something to work with. So that's why I like the direction that I went, because it always gives me something to work with. And then I got to the point now where the money's coming in enough that it's kind of doing it for itself. And I've been blessed to do it that way. And it took a long time. I got to admit, it took a lot of work, took a lot of sacrifice, took a lot of discipline. But the one thing I didn't do was I didn't quit. And then I started paying a little more attention to politics than I was. And I realized that they're not telling you the whole picture. And as much as people don't appreciate, for me personally, one thing I did appreciate is that, this administration has been very open about a lot of stuff that they're doing, who they're talking to. And it does help when you're looking to invest your money and you're looking to see where the country is going as a whole and where the direction that they're going. It just gives you a lot more insight on how to move. Doesn't make it guarantee you're going, no, it doesn't. But it does give you a little bit more of an insight. But it also tells you how much they can manipulate and not manipulate. But they're making the money, but they're telling you something totally different. They're lining their pockets, getting rich, but they're telling you something totally different. So I had to learn a long time ago. Stop paying so much attention when they start spewing the noise. Find out as much as you can what direction is really going to go so you can possibly financially benefit from it. And I tell you, there's been many a times I've hit the hammer right on the nail. It was like I saw something, I moved in the direction because of what I saw, and I was like, wow. And clearly, if I can do it with little information that I had, I can only imagine the amount of money that a lot of these politicians are getting and making, because they definitely have inside information. They have it. It's right there on their lap. And I guarantee you that they're making moves based on that. And I don't care whether they're Democrat or Republican. They just know. They know. And my thing is this: they're going to keep you distracted with the noise, all the protests, all the other stuff out there, while they're making the money and they're bettering and upping their situation better. And listen, they're so greedy, it doesn't matter how much money they make. My point is this: is that you look at a lot of these politicians, their wealth has come from stock market manipulation, not their paychecks. Not their paychecks. Because you look at their paychecks and you look at their wealth, it doesn't add up. The numbers don't add up. What adds up is manipulation. That's where it all adds up. So when you look at the stock market as a whole, you got to look at, yes, there's some manipulation going on, because there is no way you're making this type of money and you have this type of wealth based off your paycheck. So there's definitely something else going on the side of that. And that's where you have to try to get some type of insight of what's going on so that you can better position yourself when you start to invest. I started out, I made a few mistakes, and I was okay with the mistakes that I made. I understood what I was getting myself into 100%, and I'm not complaining. But when I really started to tie the political aspect into what I was doing and watch what they're doing, how they telling you one thing, but they're doing something totally different, how they're moving and stuff, then I start to realize that, you know what? You're not going to win this 100%. But what you can do as a citizen, as an investor, as a retail investor, whatever they want to call you, if you watch close enough, you might just actually get something out of it. And there are so many ways that you could do it. I remember when all that COVID stuff was happening. I told this story before. Where if you look at Pfizer stock before they started doing all that stuff, look at when all that peaked off, and look at where Pfizer stock ended up after the fact. That tells you right there. If a person had $100,000 and they bought that Pfizer stock at that moment, when Pfizer stock went up to 60 something dollars and that person sold it, they doubled their money in less than a year. And if they sold it, they made 150% return on that money in 1 year because they saw what was going on. Now, don't get me wrong. They did it with Moderna because these people like that. They know what they're doing. They're manipulating things and they're shipping things so that they can benefit. That's just the way it is. What's up, Aunt like the boog in the hills? What's going on, good?
I'm trying. I don't know. It's not letting me in or something. Oh, wait a minute. There you go.
Oh,
there you go.
Come on your channel.
Yeah, it was freezing me up, but like, you know.
Well, we can't blame it on the weather because it ain't as cold. Well, I don't know.
No, it's actually nice out here today, which is like the sun is shining. I don't know what it feels like, but the sun's shining.
Well, we got rain, so.
Oh no, definitely our weather looks pretty good. I probably go hang out and what's the title of this? What we doing?
Financial Friday.
Financial Friday, bad.
Yeah.
And then like I actually it looks so nice outside that it almost looked like inviting to go out there and go do something. Like I really would probably ride my bike today, which probably wound up happening. Oh, but my daughters are here, so I probably won't have too much different.
I seen your the short that you put out.
Oh yeah.
I said, look at them.
Hey, don't they look nice?
Yeah, it do look nice.
And I don't know what the weather is, but I'm like, damn, I'm definitely.
It fits Ohio thing because Ohio is definitely bipolar.
Yeah, I told you, bro. It'd be like, listen, it was just cold as hell a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And like I said, sometimes it'd be like that in a few minutes. You'd be standing there going, look out the window. But that happened with my mom. She was like, oh, is it snowing there? I'm like, nah. I said, actually, it's pretty nice. Man, less than I'm gonna say about 3 minutes. I look back at the window and it's dropping snow crazy. I was like, wait a minute. I'm like, damn, I had to go out there and look because I felt like somebody was at my window at my roof, like dumping snow.
Yeah, we did get like a quick snowing the other day. Well, you know Ohio.
I'm like,
far away from each other.
Mm-hmm.
But because we talk about Financial Friday, for a brief moment, we're gonna talk about that stuff you got in your hand.
Oh.
After we run the commercial. So we're gonna run the commercial, we're gonna talk about what you have in your hand.
All right.
Fellas, ladies, you looking for lotions? You looking for beard oils? But unfortunately, everything you get from mainstream got chemicals in it and they're probably killing you? No problem, we got you. Go check out my people from Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. That's Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. www.top2bottom, BOTTU, the U is for unique, M.com. Tell them I sent you.
And make sure y'all take advantage of that promo code OG Network 26. That's promo code OG Network 26. If you spend $35 or more with Top to Bottom, you will get a 15% discount. Now, if you don't remember OG Network 26, and what's your promo code?
Like the bug 26.
And like the bug 26.
The bug. DA.
Like
I like LIKEDABUG. Like the bug. That's what I said.
So if you use any one of those promo codes and you go to top to bottom hair and skincare store, which is the link to the store is right on my channel, you'll be able to click it, go to the store, you spend $35, you get a 15% discount on all your purchases. Now, I wasn't really thinking this way, but then when you came on the live and I saw what you had in your hand, it kind of took me back to when I started investing in that industry. Like because there was a lot of companies that was publicly traded on the stock market for marijuana. And years ago, they was all pushing it, oh, the marijuana boom, the marijuana boom, the marijuana boom, the marijuana boom. And I got it. I made a little bit of money, and then I turned around and got my behind handed to me, right? And this was a while ago. Now, why do you think? Well, I'm going to say, let me put it to like this. I got my behind handed to me. It wasn't that bad where it just killed my money, but I'm going to explain to y'all why sometimes going into investing in something, not really educating yourself. Now, this is not dividend stuff. This is marijuana was in that beginning stage of people opening up on the stock market. What was it? Different Tilray and all of these other companies that was coming out with stock market, coming out with marijuana companies, right? Now, Ant, I just want to get your opinion. And this is not about do you know, not know. From your own personal perspective, why do you think that the companies that make marijuana and been out there selling it are so far still doing so bad? Even though it doesn't look that way. I don't even know if you know.
I think what it is, well, as they open up the laws for, we've been doing marijuana for years before they open up the law. And the reason why the government wouldn't allow it because they really couldn't get no taxes out of it. They wouldn't draw no, because you can grow it. Anybody can grow it.
Right.
So at that point, it was like anybody was growing, it was already growing. So when they start coming out with these medical marijuana companies, because they already understood it's about the money. So now, of course, it's a little bit more expensive. Mm-hmm. They have to set out to be smoking weed to figure like the potency of it, because honestly, it's kind of downgraded. Like the potency of it is downgraded. You know what I mean? Now you can only get certain THCs they go up to probably like 30, 40, where you probably can feel a little buzz. You know what I mean? But when you was thinking like, well, shoot, like I ain't gonna tell you as a smoker, this weed ain't the way it used to be. You know what I'm saying? It used to have a longer high. You know what I mean? You had a longer feeling of euphoria. They don't do that. So when it comes to that, I think like that's why they're probably not doing that well, because they haven't brought it to the level where people who like that euphoric feeling, they not getting it. Look at the
don't pay me.
Look at that. Okay. So yeah, so when it comes to that, it's I think that's probably the main things, you know what I'm saying, that they haven't made it in a grade where people, it's only certain ones that people are like, man, this is really good. This is good. But because it made it legal, that's the only reason they're going to it, getting their medical cards. But again, now if the medical part that they're getting, this one, that it's all money. Y'all want to schedule it medically, but you don't want to take the schedule down off of it to make it illegal, to make it legal. Like, that don't even make sense.
Of course, it makes sense. It don't
it's make controlling sense. The money. Go ahead.
Right. It does make sense. And you know what I mean when I say it does make sense.
Yeah, it makes sense with money. Right. Go ahead. Right.
But now, the only reason why I brought this up, like I said, because of what you had in your hand, but then it made me think about that industry. And I'm explaining to y'all, and listen, this is not about right or wrong when I say this is why I had to emphasize this is not right or wrong. This is about going into something that you kind of ignorant about. Then you hear the noise, because that's what it was. It was a whole bunch of noise about oh, buy marijuana stock, it's going boom, it's going boom, it's going boom, it's going boom, it's going boom. And this is what taught me not to follow hype. I stopped at that point. This is why I learned. Don't follow hype. Because all they were doing was hyping it, right?
That's it.
Right. And then all of
You
a
know,
sudden,
you know how I know it's a hype? You know how I forget, like you said, you know it's a hype because marijuana been on this earth for years. For years. You know what I'm saying? I mean, now all of a sudden you acting like it's a new thing. It was always there. Why is it a new thing now? And then people was already doing it themselves. So they like, what you mean this hype? I got it. I got it right here with me. I can grow it right here in my yard. I'm going to grow like
almost speaking where I'm going. You almost speaking where I'm
Mm-hmm.
going. And this is actually going to be more than one part to this. When I'm talking.
That's why I didn't invest in it.
Right.
But that's good because that's why I didn't invest in it.
Right. Number one is, like you said, it's always been there. And number two is this, is that when I did, now don't get me wrong, I made some money, but there was some companies that lost money. I've gotten all that money back because I changed my direction totally. I got everything on nickel, dime, penny, whatever it was.
You got your money in the beginning. You got your money in the beginning. Once you see the hype, you was like,
right.
No. You know what I'm saying? I ain't shit because of course they're not gonna chase the dollar that they going for.
There's a difference between hype and educating yourself on what's really going on. This is why I totally got away from it. When I really started to dig into the industry, now here's the thing. I don't smoke marijuana. I don't have a marijuana smoking history. I've never went on the streets, bought it from nobody. But I listen to people that talk about when they go buy, rather they were people that buy it on the street. And a lot of those people that was buying on the street start to buy it in the stores, right? Now, what way will be cheaper?
Street.
Right.
You seem to get better quality and more weight.
Right. So now you making a good point is you seem to get better quality and you get more for your money, right? Now, I'm explaining to you that Ant is actually telling the 100% truth. Now, he's just saying it off of his opinion. I'm getting ready to show you why the difference is. When they started coming up with these industries, the first thing that they started doing, this is why I tell y'all, government, as much as people don't like it when I say it, is the problem. This is what happens to
you breaking up. Repeat that because you're breaking up. I'm sorry.
This is why I tell y'all that government is the problem. They're the ones that's drawing up the cost of it. This is what I mean by that. He said on the street, you can get it what? Cheaper and better quality, right?
And more weight, yeah.
Right, and more weight. Now, when they started doing this stuff, the government started to extremely regulate how it was done. Meaning, you had to go get all of these licenses, all these approvals. Your buildings had to be certain security. You had to have all of these type of stuff to go around, right? In order for you to actually grow it. Now, I'm not talking about sell it. I'm talking about growing it. By the time all of that hit the store, the cost of it has nothing to, it makes the person have to sacrifice quality to try to give you a product cheap enough to do what? To compete with the streets. Because they can't compete with the streets. That's what made me get out of it totally and run from it, because I said, until they get close to being able to give you what the streets can give you, that industry is a bunch of bull crap. But they kept hyping it. Listen, what's that one? Because they're very popular and they always try to act like they know everything. I can't think of a name, but off the top of my head, but it's like one of these platforms, Motley Fool. That's what I'm talking about. Motley Fool. I'm quite sure everybody heard of Motley Fool. They always talking about this, and they was one of the ones that talking about the $1 billion marijuana industry and stuff like that because of hype. I get away from it. One thing you have to do when it comes to investing is you need to use common sense. What we talking about right now is just common sense. The street, yeah, they got their whole way of doing it. It's wrong legally wise. We get that part. But guess what they're able to do? They're able to mass produce it. They're not regulating. Nobody's regulating them and telling them what they want, the best quality, because quality brings customers and loyal customers. They understand the philosophy. Now, if I'm doing the same thing, but if you regulating me and driving up the cost of it, then I got to sacrifice this. I got to try to sacrifice something. So what's going to get sacrificed? The quality. Why? Because I'm trying to meet your costly standards.
That's how you go. Like, even with that, you can buy some regular at maybe one a zip, which is one of $100 an ounce. Or you can buy exotic or better quality, and it'll start up so about 150. Sometimes people have paid 200.
Right.
200 for 1 ounce. They know what I'm talking about. They know what they're trying to do. So you think about that. If you would have probably went to, and that's only because it's better quality. They got upgrades. You can go to somebody who got different types of grades and quality. So you already know. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you be like, damn, well, how come that cost me that for 40, but then it cost me that? Oh, because I sold you the better quality. You like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes I've had Reggie who was better than it's supposed to be better quality. So again, that's the same thing they're doing. They're giving you still less better of their quality that they got. I still haven't gotten the quality that I've gotten off the street, off of regular.
All right. So my point is this: is that now, when you look at all of this, every time you go into a marijuana facility and purchase the marijuana stuff, and I sat there and I've seen a bunch of people go in and out of places. They're busy. They're customers. I'm not going, listen, they get a lot of customers. But I'm going to tell you right now, I know 100% they're not making a profit. They're struggling to profit. And I'm talking about the stores. I'm not even talking about the ones that's manufacturing. Most of them are running off of borrowed money. And I'm explaining to you why they're running off of borrowed money. I watch people walk up and they can't get into the facility unless you have that card, right? Am I right, Ant? In the state of Pennsylvania, you got to have that card. That means there's an electronic system that they have to have that card. That means you have to maintain that system. You have to pay the cost of that system that you have to buy. Then you got to set that. I love it side of them, but I know you have to set them up. Right, huh?
Every year.
Right. So again, you got to set the system up. Now.
Oh, wait. Let me add something.
Go ahead.
I already asked something. Now, if you got Medicaid, you get a discount on having the card. What?
You know why?
You know, I mean, exactly.
It's
government hands.
It looks like it's a
go
discount,
ahead.
But it's not. You know what I'm saying? What people don't realize is that when you start talking about Medicaid and Medicare, who pays for Medicaid and Medicare? Who pays into it? We do. So there's no discount. The government,
I'm saying that with my hands. We do.
The government regulates it and do all of that stuff because the government is making a bunch of money. Now I'm gonna tie that into the banks when it comes to your home, right? For people that have mortgages, some people do, some people don't. But I'm talking about people that go get mortgages because a lot of us, for the most part, do. That's because most people are not walking around with $200,000 and $300,000 to buy a home. They got to go borrow, right? So you go borrow. Let's say you go to buy a house at $150,000. We're gonna use a cheap, reasonable number, $150,000, right? Now, I want you to understand. This is why I always say government is the problem, or that type of stuff is the problem. Now. You get, again, 30-year mortgage. You paid it off in 30 years, right? Bank loans you the money. They made 2 to 3 times the profit off of interest off the loan that they gave you. You borrowed $150,000. Now here's the crazy part: you borrowed $150,000 from the bank, but really by the time they add all these other stupid fees in there, the house is really end up costing you $180,000. Why? Because this person is getting money for inspecting the house. This person is getting money for that. This facility that y'all doing, the underwriters, everybody's consuming money out of this transition. That you gonna be financing that money too, even though you say you put money down. The money you say you put down, everybody get the help in that process. This is the biggest scam I've ever seen in my life. One of, anyway. You put $15,000 down on a house and it never went to the house. It went to the underwriter. It went to everybody else but the actual house, right? Now, the bank been making money off of you for 30 years. How many times have the bank repaired your house in the 30 years that they've been making money off of you?
They don't do that. They won't even give you a loan to do it.
And this is the point. We all fall in the same trap. They won't even loan you the money to fix it. The whole purpose behind that is to keep you in financial debt to the system. That's the whole purpose.
Yep.
It's the same thing with. That's why when people start crying, we need government for this, and crying, we need government. This is the biggest scam on American citizens that I've ever seen, because they will, and I'm just using mortgages. I'm not talking about car financing, when you finance a car, when you finance this and you finance that, you finance this. They will suck you dry.
Rental.
You finance the car, you paying interest. Who's doing all the repairs on the car?
You.
If it get taken, who gonna pay that finance note?
You.
Because in Philadelphia they do.
They will take you out. Let's say you had your house for 15 years, 20 years. You've been paying for it for almost 20 years. You run into a hardship. They foreclose on your house. They sell your house. You never got a chance to recover none of the equity that you had in the house.
Nope.
That's why if you ever run into that situation, sell the house. Don't let them do that to you. Sell it. That way, if there's some equity in that house, you can get some of that equity back. This is the reason why I am so adamant about investing. Because instead of putting it in the bank, I buy the bank. Because I already know I can have this conversation 1,000 times about being financially responsible. But I know for a fact that most people, no matter how many times you say it, they're going to still run and do it. Because they think what I'm saying is not real, and what they're doing is.
You know, you really should, because like I'm learning this by living up here. Like I guess the different places that I've moved in, the positions and situations I've been into, when I had how the government treats you, and when you don't have how the government treats you or how people treat you. So moving up here, like, you know, just to go back from the beginning of our conversation, like about weed. The only way I got it was to buy it. Now up in Ohio, a person is allowed to grow 6 plants themselves.
Right.
That's a person. 6 plants that's that's nice. I don't know what people would do with having 6 plants other than trying to tell themselves, hey. But you know what crazy is? It probably costs about 12 cents to buy the seeds, to dig the dirt up, to do what you got to do to grow it. So I can grow my onions. I'm going to the markets, I see onions, green peppers. You know, I ain't into watermelon, but hey, your choice. Cabbage, you know what I'm saying? Corn, anything you want to grow up here, you have that open opportunity to do it, but you pay so much for it. You know what I'm saying? In manufacture, whether it's, you know, or given to you by somebody, but like you said, it's a lot of things you can do for yourself to make a difference in your money. You won't have to spend no money. Listen, if I had 6 plants or I knew how to grow it, I would never have to spend no money and go nobody to no place and see how strong they can make it. This is cool for me. I learned how to make it. Like, you know what I mean? I'm learning how to make vegetables or whatever. But now I go to the pantries and get those type, because most of the time the farmers and they got potatoes and onions, green peppers,
Mhm.
you know, and it's probably, you know what I mean? Some of us think we too proud of what you too proud to eat. You know what I'm saying? But I always kept my financial situations in the same where I buy the company. Don't keep buying. I don't know nothing about the airport I was at, but I bought some shares. You know what I mean? I'm now owner of that airport. I got more seniority than most people in this seats or been in here, working in here in this building, this facility that I'm about to go across the country to. You know what I'm saying?
Because you got
Longhorn. You
you
know
have
what
a
I mean?
stake in that company.
Yeah, I got a stake in the company. And
Now,
you
now
know,
you bought
to me,
a
like you
plane
said, but
ticket
I yeah. Mm.
to a company
And they had to
that you actually fly into. You know what I'm saying?
the
Like you
what?
bought a plane ticket, you're on a plane that you have shares in.
Yeah.
Now, I heard you say Longhorn. You go to buy a steak. You're spending money in technically your own business because you have a vested stake in it. You notice I'm
Yep.
saying stake too, but again, no matter how many times you try to explain people what that is, they still don't get it. They don't think that it matters. Now,
I don't care.
Longhorn,
They ain't got to get
right? And honestly, I don't either. I talk what I talk,
it.
but
Yeah.
if you
I mean, it's a
understand what
shame. Yeah, if you understand, I wish y'all listen. If y'all want to, if y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all this, people. If I've been there and I've been in the hood, I lived in the poverty-stricken areas, and y'all call them poverty-stricken areas. You impoverish half of yourself into that. You know what I'm saying? By trying to keep up with the next person, by trying to please somebody's eyes at where you at and where you live. You
right,
know, let me tell y'all something. I shop at Goodwill, I shop at Habitat, I shop at places that I felt like somebody spent money to wear for a few hours and hung it up. You know what I mean? Whatever name brand it is, you know what I'm saying? That's what they did. You know, you be at your house buying all this expensive furniture to be at your house while you go to work, you go to people's birthday, sit in the office furniture, paying for all this money that you paying for your house, for your furniture to sit in your house. For somebody else to probably steal it while you at work. You know what I'm saying? On vacation. Look, they ain't even worrying about the note. You know what I mean? Hope you had insurance. But even your car, you know, you spend all your money on your car note insurance, and then you at work sitting in there for 8 hours. Your car is sitting outside for 8 hours. It took you 20 minutes to get to work or an hour to get to work.
right.
And then you came home and your car sat out there for 16 hours while you ate, slept, played video games, day for day for day for day as you go to work for an hour to get there. What's that? 6 days, 6 hours a week?
Mm-hmm.
6 hours a
Even if
day,
you're only
6 hours
5 days,
a week. Yeah, 6 hours a week you in your car, but you paying $900,000 for your car to sit outside. Now, if you're doing something to make money out of it, Uber, uh, Grubhub, or some other app that's doing it, makes you involved, it making money for you. You know what you do? You buy a share if it's public, and then you work for that company. Matter of fact, you even buy the company. You even buy the competitor's company,
yep.
so you can own Shift, Uber, Grubhub, Pizza Hut.
Especially
I don't know. I
the
can keep on naming all kinds of buses you get connected to, and
right.
everybody listen. You only had to use half the programs to. I got my kids like, oh, I'm somewhere. Oh, I'm gonna look up what's the app? Oh man, it was some app I can't think even what it was. Whatever it was, I had a stock share in it.
Oh, okay.
I ain't even have it on my phone. I ain't even have it on
Lincoln,
my phone.
Lincoln,
In America, yeah.
I think it's
You
Lincoln.
said what?
Lincoln. Lincoln, then whatever they call it. I know it's that app is on the
Yeah,
stock market.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
I don't
got
know,
them too.
but
I
again,
don't even know what they do. I can't. I got so many. Listen, I've had so many, and I've gotten so many that I think that, and people don't realize like I did it with a little bit of money.
right,
You know what I'm saying? I did it with a little bit of money. I just became money conscious about how I was spending. It didn't matter how what I had and didn't have. I stayed on that vibe. And hey, I've had EBT taken away from me, you know what I'm saying? All kinds of stuff. Same thing y'all going through out there in this world. Y'all think it don't be happening, but it be happening. This is me, I'm live. I'm in like the bug. Like I'm gonna really show y'all. But guess what? Y'all gonna see if my finances rise. But you ain't gonna know it because I'm the only way y'all gonna know it is I'm gonna show it. I'm gonna show it on here. But guess what? I'm gonna still live the same and be the same. And like, just let y'all know y'all gonna do it at the same point. Like this, we need these conversations, y'all. And if y'all feel like y'all can invite to talk about trying to better your finances, man, stay on it, please. If y'all got any, you know, ideas of it. But like you said, it's I say so much money being able to could grow what I want to grow. Just like these people out there buying land and having to farm themselves, like you talked about on the list a lot about the government, and you do have the opportunity. Listen, all the stuff that come to Philadelphia, Chicago, New York, all those all the fashion wear y'all buy, the food y'all buy, everything y'all buy is being shipped into the city.
right.
They're being shipped in throughout manufacturers are. There's a Chick-fil-A manufacturer building out here. There's Amazon buildings out here. They're like, because you know why? They got so much land. And you know why all those trucks are coming out here? To pick up that shit to take it to wherever you guys live that's in the city. They don't
Right.
grow fruit in the city. They don't grow, they got stuff that's being shipped overseas. It's called the port. The port is being shipped with fruits and cars and things from overseas. And
Exactly.
y'all been paying all this money. The car make more money than you. And then they make more when they drive off the lot. You know what I'm saying?
Imagine this.
I mean, I'm saying lose, yeah, they do. Because you lose more because they make more because they like, oh, got 36,000 out of them. But guess what? Now it's worth 23.
Mr. Sick Gaming. Do I have your support? I don't know what they mean by that. I don't know. They saying they running for senator, Pennsylvania. I don't know. Let me find out who you are, what you're about. I'll support anybody if you right.
If you about no, ain't if you right. If you about what I'm about, that's my perspective. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no,
If
I
it's
get
something
it.
that I feel like you about, but I mean, you got to stay in that about. I just was sitting there thinking it's crazy. I just seen all these advertisements of the black course store, like they say, call the black leaders,
Hold
and
on
it's
one second.
crazy.
I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah,
You said it's me. I know it's somebody I know because the name looked familiar. I gotta go to. I can't see it on here. I gotta go to my other joint. The name looked
it's
familiar.
crazy how this when we talk about something, YouTube always. I mean, I ain't gonna say YouTube, something streaming or StreamYard, like it'll just make our connection
Yeah,
off.
it's not. It's not Streamyard. Sometimes. Sometimes it's
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know
Sometimes
who
it's
Wi-Fi is.
Sometimes it's YouTube. It's not always StreamYard. And sometimes it's actually YouTube.
Well, I did say YouTube. I did say YouTube.
Oh, now I know who it is. It just dawned on me. He been on my channel a while. Now I didn't even get it to a chance over there, but I think I know exactly who it is. Heck yeah, I got you. I'm gonna support you. Don't this no the story. You do me a favor. I can't get to his channel, but I know I got to go back to his channel. He's not even let me. But all right, there we go. I'm like, why is this joint playing around? I just didn't
He
realize who I
said
was.
I'm from It's me, Ron, Erie, PA. He's the Erie, PA.
Yeah, I know exactly who it is now. It's been a while since I seen him.
No, okay. Is he from
I'm already
Erie,
subscribed to
PA?
his
Or he
channel.
just moved to
It's just
Erie,
been a
PA?
while since I seen him. I'm already subscribed. Once I started to, I'm like, wait a minute, why that name look familiar? But yeah, I know exactly who it is now. They was on my channel a while back. I haven't seen them in a while. But yeah,
It's
I
a
mean,
game.
let,
I think I've
reach out
seen
to
him
me.
too, though.
My thing is just,
Oh,
you still
yeah.
there?
I'm like, yeah, I
Reach out
just
to
read
me.
his name too. I might want to talk to him, man. I might want to talk to him and have him link with somebody for real.
You
But
reach out to me.
I can't vote for you because I'm in Ohio, bro. Sorry.
Reach out to me. Reach out to me, man, because I would love to have you on the show. And we can actually talk about where you stand, where your stance is at. So just reach out to me, bro, and I'll make
Oh
room
yeah,
for you to come on the show, and I can actually we can actually talk about it, and that way you can publicly let people know where you stand at politically, because it's one thing for us to say that, it's better for you to actually. So yeah, I'm in the state of Pennsylvania, you in the state of Pennsylvania. Definitely, if yours match with where I'm at, and I'm quite sure you on my channel probably does, you can definitely reach out to me, man, and we can look into that. And if I like what you're doing, I'll help campaign for you right here on my channel. I don't care. But we'll talk about that one. Let's get back to what we talk about. But yeah, definitely, yeah. I had, it took me a little minute, but he was on my channel a while back. I haven't heard from him in a while. But that's what's up. But yeah, bro, just reach out to me and we can work on that. Mental Raccoon, what's going on? God bless you. God bless you.
Yo,
God bless
Mental,
you,
what's
Mental.
good? What's going on? I usually don't be up on this type of morning. What's up, man? Yeah, you're just getting on the screen, but
But
I
yeah,
gotta
man.
take my old
But
baby
that's
out to the
why
bathroom. But
like, we was talking about that industry, like the marijuana industry. We see why when you start to look at it from, if you really start to really pay close attention, you start to realize that it would not be so complicated. It wouldn't be so expensive for people to get it if they stayed out the way and let people regulate. I can understand you have some type of small government oversight, but listen, here's the thing. If I was going to go open up a marijuana store, right? I'm just saying me, general. I already know that number one, I'm going to have to be able to secure and protect my assets as far as growing it and stuff like that. Because what I have to do? I already know that you're going to have a group or a segment of people that's going to try to do what? Uproot my product, steal it, and try to get their hands on it. As opposed to going through the process to grow it like I would have to grow it, right?
wait a minute. All right, listen. The funny thing is, let me cut it on that stuff. The funny thing is, when it's legal for you to grow it and as cheap as it costs for you to grow it, you shouldn't even have to get stolen. You go grow it too.
Yeah, but here's
The
the thing. You
seed's
already
only
know
12%.
people lazy, bro. I'm explaining to you
Yeah,
why
I
people.
know that's just crazy. I know. No,
Right,
I said it wasn't that I would not get security,
right.
but I'm like, I just, yeah, I
You
ain't gonna
already
have to
know.
buy it from nobody no more.
Right.
Yeah, I ain't gonna buy it
They're
from
not gonna
nobody
do
no
it.
more.
They're not gonna do it. My thing is
Mm.
this: is that the reason why I say that is because if you, like, let's say where you live at, you got a little bit of land, right? Not a lot of land, but you got dirt outside your house. They're not gonna go plant no potatoes, no corn, no vegetables. They rather go to the store and just pay and get it. Why? Because the vast majority of people don't want to go through the process of waiting and being patient and growing and cultivating the ground and doing all of the necessaries to be able to get them vegetables. It's the same thing
Right.
with the marijuana. They're not gonna want to go through the process of doing everything totally.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I get it, man. It's like you
So
said, they don't.
they're not gonna want to do the whole process. Listen, most people unfortunately rather have pay somebody else to do it for me because they're too lazy to do it themselves. That's just the reality. And that's fine if you got the money and you're willing to pay for it. But you got to understand something, that there's a fine line between willing to pay for it before it starts to eat into your pocket, where now financially you're being forced to change your habits until you get back to the point where you end up going back to the other habit, which is paying other people to do it. It happens. By nature, people don't want to do certain things. They rather get up and go to work, spend 40 hours a day, 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week, make their money, and pay everybody else the money that they have to take care of the things that they need. Now that's cool too.
It's really the thing that they want.
That's an okay life.
Yeah.
But understanding that the cost of living is always going to go up. And at some point, it's going to exceed your income if you're not making enough. If you don't have enough assets coming in, eventually it's going to exceed the money that you have. So what may work today, first year, second year, 5 years from now, and if your money coming in is not exceeding inflation, the cost of living going up, now you start to see yourself
What I
falling
used to
behind.
do,
And that's just
like
the
what I
reality.
used to do when I used
Hey,
to
Joyce,
work
how you doing?
and
God
I had
bless you,
to pay.
buddy. That's just the
When I
reality.
used to work and pay child support, I was even doing that with my income. If you have a tax shelter, like if people don't understand, they have a tax shelter. And anytime they increase when you was talking about the cost of living, and they would increase the cost of living, I would always increase my contribution to my tax shelter, which the money that you receive it's only get touched after your
Right.
tax shelter. So if you have a 401k or any type of tax shelter, your best interest is to turn around to increase your contributions. You really should match whatever that they
Give you.
offer out to you, whatever the percentage is, up to whatever account. But to me, I feel like, no, you should overdo. You can overdo it because I did it. I had child support being taken from me. And of course, it's like the government. Nobody gets nothing until they take out your tax shelter. That's how they tax you.
Right.
So I would increase every time I get a cost of living, I increased it up. So I would put it at like 10%. Anytime I got income tax, I put it up even more. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew that I was like, I'm making more money for doing this at this time. So now I need to balance the money out. I didn't go buy a renter center and errands every income tax season. I invested. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't got no grill. I got the same teeth I had in my mouth since right for 13. I don't know. When my teeth, your age from when they fall out and they come back, you got the buck teeth looking, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't lost them since. And I ain't changing. All I did was brush them. Been to the dentist, every year, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. But like I said, people don't take care of their finances. People don't take care of getting listen, I'm faulted for that. Life insurance. You know what I'm saying? You got everything else, but you don't have life insurance. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm trying to get up on my game, and y'all can be up to see me to get up on better game. And I'm letting y'all know, like, listening to and paying attention to your finances is what the first thing we should do.
Joyce says she
to yourself. Huh?
One thing, it would take 6% at the time, then it went down to 5% at COVID. My thing is, and when
but you was beating the game 15%. You was beating the game. There you go.
My thing is this:
like,
is that, go ahead, Eric.
Like, all right. I told, say for instance, I was talking to this friend. She was a nurse. So I said, do they match you? You know what I'm saying? She's like, no, we got it so far. She said, yeah, my parents just tell me to get it, so I just got it, because they told me to get it. And she was only matching what they was giving her. So I said, I'm not to be in your business. I said, but you know, you make money a month like an income tax. So she was like, what you mean? So I said, well, put it like this. Let's say you made every 2 weeks, you know, let's say you made 1400, you know, or 1400 a week. I said, and they probably taking out, you say 6, 7, you know, 800 a month, somewhere around there, you know what I mean, out of taxes. So she like, I said, yeah, so just imagine, I said, now they taxing you at this amount. I said, so just imagine you took out 300 and they was only allowed to tax you, you know what I mean, half of that. You know what I'm saying? That other 300 is there, that's your money. She was like, I said, now they take that 600, that's not your money. That's their money they got off you. But if you take it off of what they can't take from you, now you taking 300, putting it in your account, and what your job is to keep that in there till you retire, to things was to change in, you know what I'm saying, your life. You can borrow, you know what I'm saying, buy new clothes all the time. I said, you're going to throw those, donate. Yes. Listen, Joyce, listen, I'm a man, y'all, and I'm going to tell y'all, listen.
That's fun.
I always get compliments. I always get compliments off of stuff that I wear and buy. Do y'all know I never bought nothing new on my body other than my undergarments? That's it. I ain't gonna say no. I can't say I don't buy stuff new clothes. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm just saying that I don't try to spend the money. Like, okay, anybody that when you get it a good, oh my God, how can I put this? Joyce, let's say this for instance. I don't buy new clothes because, like you said, the people only wear them for a certain amount of hours. You go get a sequins dress with the accessories and the jewelry, and you probably spend $1,300-$1,400. The dress that you only probably wore for 4 to 6 hours. Now, because that's how our party goes for about 6 hours, we give it. You know what I mean? But it took you some hours to get there. You got to get your hair and makeup done. That's a couple of $100. All the accessories could be a couple of $100. You only wearing all these accessories and everything for about 6 hours.
Right.
Then you bring it home. You sit it to a next event. You can only wear that same dress somewhere twice, or not at all. Because some people be like, "Oh, I seen her in that dress just last week." You know what I'm saying? That's how they gonna do you. You know what I'm saying? So they wore that for 6 hours, but you paid about $1,200 for that dress.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody see you in that. Listen, at that point, you used to be able to jump down a mud hill slide, just to be like, hey, because it's my dress. That's what you basically did. You bought something so expensive to wear for 6 hours. Listen, jump down the mud slide, send it to the laundromat, get it cleared, clean, and get rid of it. And that's how I wound up going thinking about Goodwill. That's how I wanted to think about Plato's Closet, Habitat, furniture, stuff like that. I said people buy expensive furniture and then go to work and sit on office furniture, complain about their back, their butt. They said, oh, wait a minute, Aaron's bill came in. Oh my God, Raymond Flanagan came in. I ain't even sitting, I can't even sit on Raymond Flanagan until I get home.
Yeah, so you spend more time paying for the stuff that you never really get to enjoy.
Yeah, it become an expensive furniture rental property.
Right. Because what ended up happening is, as a young person, now here's where people don't realize psychological what they're actually doing. This is where human beings psychologically get programmed, and they don't even realize that they're being. The reason why a lot of women go put all of these emphasis on these dresses, these weddings, and stuff like that is because what they saw on television. They will not admit it, but they will. They saw that Hollywood marriage happening on TV. They saw the damsel in distress. This handsome guy came and swept them off their feet. They had this dream wedding that they conjured. Now they see all of these images in their head and say, oh, when I get married, I want to have the most exquisite wedding out there. I want to have the best wedding out there. And they will literally go
and my man is a superhero.
Oh, They will literally go into 20, drag him and her and the man going into $20,000 to $30,000 worth of debt to get married.
But he better be taller than me.
I'm sorry, to entertain a whole bunch of people. Now, here's the thing. That's your money. That's your choice. But I want to give y'all the picture of this. You go out there, you spend $20,000 on getting married. You have this big whole event because you want to believe. Listen, most of the people there don't even care 2 cents about you. That's the truth of the matter. They sitting in the audience talking about you. Some of them there just praying for your downfall. Some of them there saying, yeah, this ain't going to last long. There's a whole lot of conversation going on behind the scenes. But because you saw something, you've been programmed, and now you want this, you want that in your life. And you're willing to sacrifice $20,000 to $30,000, which some people take a year to make, to have a 6-hour moment of your life when you could have just went and got married if y'all love each other. You could have just went and got married. I'm just saying. Whatever.
Yeah, you shouldn't get married unless you really like that person and love that person.
This is not even about marriage so much as the event. Now, being a person that invested, I would have took that $30,000 and I would have definitely invested. Every single month, I would have gotten between $200 to $300 off that $30,000 a month. The first time I'd have got my $200 to $300, I would say, okay, we got enough money to go to the Justice of the Peace. We're gonna go get married there. We still have our $300. Now I'm going to go back to work. If you work, and we're gonna do that, we keep building this money up so that if we decide to get married or have an event down the road, we have now spent 5 years of our life. We're married already. The event don't matter. We already married. Now we got 5 years, 6 years. We got $500,000 invested. We got $5,000 to $6,000 coming in every single month. Now you know what, babe? We got plenty of money. Let's go have a wedding. What's the difference? You made sure that you secured yourself financially first before you went and did something reckless. Now it's not so reckless. Why? Because your investments allowed you to have an event that you want. And even though you're spending the money, guess what? Now you took 3 months of income, had a wedding because you took bigger time in your life building the income. Now you got $120,000 a year coming in your investments. Now you took 3 months, which equates to about $30,000. You still had to have nice fancy wedding, but guess what? You got more so. You got financial freedom after you get married because now you're not struggling to pay for it because you paid for it all in cash. Off of your investments, and you never touched your investment. It's just the dividends off your investments.
Right, exactly.
But because you're not willing to sacrifice that, you're not going to get it.
Yeah, you have to. Y'all really do have to be committed to it and start being consistent about it. And I'm telling you, to pay off. It really does. I mean, and you don't have to have much to do it. You grow and nothing you get easy. You know what I'm saying? Nothing you get easy, but you can't get it. It's like lottery. If you ain't in it, you can't win it. That's basically what it is. So I basically try to play every fall. It's like Russian roulette to me, y'all. Like anybody can make it, whatever they want to make it, but you can make your finances fit to your lifestyle and get dividends amongst everything that you pay for. It's like a rebate. And even listen, even if you don't go there, you still getting paid there. If you bought into like I don't what's her name, Joyce. Come on, Van.
Joyce.
She being a woman, I don't know if she has to use, you know what I'm saying, products. I mean, far as hair products and stuff that you pay for. Barbers, you know, they pay for clippers, so you know it's made by the company Oster. The fluid that's made for them to clean the clipper side and all the fluids they use to clean the blades are the same type of chemicals they use to clean surgical instruments. You know what I'm saying? So you can not know nothing about being a barber, but all the companies that, Oster make microwaves too. You know what I mean? Make hair dryers, make all kinds of little, different stuff. So, that company makes certain things. I'm just trying to put in a little bit of perspective that you don't even, but the barbershops all open and close same time. They all close Sunday, all open and close Monday. But guess what? Every barbershop, they open hair salon, they open that you don't have nothing to do with, you own company, you own everything that their suppliers give them.
And you're not doing any. They're
And
doing
you're not
all
doing
the work.
anything. They're
You're
doing
not
all the
doing
work.
And this,
And then
this
you
is
go get
where,
your hair done.
this is
You go
where
get your hair done. They spraying stuff in your hair. You're like, oh, I invest in that. I invest in that. Where you get that from? I got it from such and such beauty supply. Oh, I got it from Walmart. Oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? You go to, I mean, you could just be that to the point where you could be that way. I am that way. And it's
never
fun for me.
understood. When I kept
Yeah.
saying, people would ask me like, why, what's the best way to invest? I said, invest where you spend money and where you see
Mhm.
other people
That's where you
spending money.
right. That's where you go.
And
If I
said,
catch the airplane.
Right. I said, I'm not going to sit there and tell you that that's 100% guarantee you're going to win in all of that. What I'm saying is that if I go into Walmart, right, and I go, okay, I see people in Walmart spending money in Walmart. All right, so Walmart is my first investment. I'm going to buy Walmart. If I got money, I'm put money in Walmart. All right, so I start walking through Walmart, and I go down the cereal aisle. Let's say where all the cereal at, and I see Post Kellogg's. I see 5 people standing in the aisle. 3 out of the 5 got a box of cereal in their cart. All right, well, I'm going to go buy me some Kellogg's. I'm going to go buy me some Post. Why? Because I just see people spending money with them. All right, so I go down the food aisle, and I see Campbell's. I see, some of the other ones. Now, don't get me wrong. All companies aren't publicly traded. But for the ones that you can find, it's like, well, why not put it there? I like Kraft that makes ketchup and stuff like that. So you're like, wait a minute. Invest in where you see people. How? That you can't get no more similar than that. You get what I'm saying? You cannot get no more simpler than investing where you see people spending money. As opposed to not. Mark, what's going on? Much love, man. Appreciate you. You be holding us down. We be holding us down. Appreciate you, man. I got to get you on the show. I need to know what you look like, man. Nobody that generous should not be in chain. One day, Mark, we just got to get you and make a Paris on the show, bro. I don't care what part of it is.
I'm sorry.
I don't care what part, any part. We need to know who Mark is. I mean, you can stay in the background, but appreciate you. You know what I mean? You be holding us down over here. And believe me when I tell you, Mark, it's going to good use. Every time you donate, it does go to good use. You know what I mean? And at some point, you're going to really see how great this channel is. And you're going to be like, man, I had a hand in that because I helped finance some of the stuff that they were doing because I donated to the channel. And I appreciate the work that they're doing over there. And we appreciate you too, Mark, man. I really do. But
well, he does. I didn't hear what happened, but if he does, I do too.
Nah, this is a third donation Mark made to the channel, bro. And I'm hoping I'm getting it right because he just donated $20 and like this is the third one, and I am extremely grateful because he be holding us down over here. Real talk, I mean, that's real talk, and I appreciate it. I mean, I'm grateful.
Yeah. You know what I mean? I appreciate it because I know what Ronnie's aim goal to do. It ain't for him. So
he said, I agree with everything you be talking about. And you know what, man? Hopefully I don't fall off track one day.
Yeah, if you do, you put him, you tell him. You tell him and tell us.
Yeah, exactly. But and hopefully, man, some of what we talk about is helping you. I don't care in any type of way. You know what I mean? It's nothing worse than having a channel and you're not providing something. We can all be entertained all day long. And we got the Fracking Show for entertainment, definitely. But we can all sit there and be entertained all day long. We can all be and but at the end of the day, I definitely did not want this channel to be something that I'm not providing somebody with some type of substance. And this is why I love talking about finances. Sometimes I get into my political rants, but I love talking about finances. And my thing is that one thing I can say for myself personally is that most of what I say is based off of what my own personal logic. I'm not a person that's indoctrinated by people. And a lot of times people be thinking that way and they don't realize they don't know me. I look at common sense stuff and that's how I come off. That's why I come off the way I come off. It's common sense. It's like this: is that nobody. I mean, we know that we know most people. I hope most people. I hope everybody, but let's just say most people. We'll use most people. Most people don't believe Superman is real. We know that he's not real. You know what I'm saying? And we know that Superman don't have the powers and this stuff. There's nobody that have all of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about a human being wise or whatever case may be. My point to y'all is this: is that the reason why I talk the way that I talk is because I don't want people to have the mentality to think that someone else is going to come rescue them. When if you're smart, if you're intelligent, and if you really pay attention, you can, with God's help, rescue yourself. That's what I be trying to get people to think. You get what I'm saying? Listen, every obstacle, and I'm just being real right now, every obstacle that other people throw up against, I was up against growing up. Every single obstacle other than being in prison that they would throw in my face, I was up against. But the one thing that I never did, listen, I know people that have way more education than I do. And I can guarantee you, I can run circles around them without any of that education that they paid for. Not saying this is not about bragging. What I'm saying is that it's common sense stuff. Listen, I'm far from stupid. I let people talk how they talk, but I'm far from stupid. And that's because I chose not to be. I have results behind what I talk about. And that's why I appreciate people like Mark who support the channel, because my thing is this: there's a lot of other things that we plan on doing with this channel. And of course, it takes money. There is a part of me that's being pulled to run for politics, run for an office. I'm 50-50 with this, y'all. And I know we talk about finance. I'm like this with this. I'm 50-50 with this. There's a big part of me that says, man, go and do it and show them how easy it is. And there's a part of me that says, I don't want no parts of them because I've been around those people and I don't like none of them. And that's real talk. And if I went and did it, here's the thing. If I went and ran, I'm going to use the city of Philadelphia. As I went and ran the city of Philadelphia. Because, listen, my cousin grinning, he know I'm telling the truth. He know that I'm telling the truth. Yeah. He have seen me put in circumstances that has looked in the beginning almost impossible. And it seen me turning around and not only do what looked impossible, but did it on a scale that you didn't even see that it can get that way. And I use my simplest job to tell y'all this. When I first started working at Home Depot, I'm going to use that one, and I'm not going to go nowhere else. I'm going to use Home Depot. They said, oh, we're going to give you the ceramic tile. Right? And they was like, because we know you have experience in this, you know the product and stuff like that. But the problem we have with the aisle is the customers come in there and they tear it up. It's always a mess, and it's always destroyed, and it's always a wreck. Yeah. I said, okay, no problem. Went in there, looked around, watched what they covered, learned the customers' behavior, seen when that. After a while, it was by far the most best looking aisle in that store when I got done. And it maintained and stayed that way. The only time it didn't look like that is when who wasn't there? Me.
Yep, I worked with him.
And every place said, man, we tried everything to try to make this aisle shoppable.
I mean, it was before I got there, though, yo. He got me there.
But you understand my point. It was like,
it was hard.
They had many of people that came before me.
They ain't even want to promote him. They ain't even want to promote him because he did the aisle good.
6 people responsible for the same job before I got there. I did the job of 6 people by myself because I figured out where the problem was and I started eliminating the problems. And guess what? It wasn't even that complicated. It was because the people that they had doing it really wasn't trying to fix it. They were trying to maintain it. I wasn't trying to maintain it. I was trying to fix it, and I was trying to alleviate the problem. And this is how simple the fix was. Customers are not coming into the store with knives to shop the product. make it easy, and make it accessible to them, they're less likely to tear it up. If I want to see what something looks in the box, I'm going to open the box.
You know, like the color, or you know what I'm saying, the pattern. Yeah,
Exactly. And before you know
common sense is why I say
common
it. Go
sense
ahead.
stuff. That's it. But my point is this, is that I've had other things that I had to do, jobs I was responsible for, and I've succeeded it, and it made it look easy. And I'm not saying that I'm the best person out there to do it, but my point is sometimes people don't look at, they're afraid to do the obvious. Because usually when you got to do the obvious, you got to do something that's unpopular. And that's where you're going to be met with hate, and you're going to be met with animosity. You're going to be met with a negativity, but it's the right thing to do. It is not about popularity. It's about doing what's right. And most people are not willing to do what's right. And to get the right results, they rather keep band-aiding it, and then they end up with the problem that they end up with. And that's the difference. Band-aids don't heal. Band-aids don't heal wounds. It covers them up. Honestly, if you take the Band-aid off, the wound will probably heal a lot better.
Yeah. There you go. That's common. Not common, but yeah, it's the truth.
But, that's just my perspective. But like I said again, Mark, appreciate you. If you ever want to make an appearance on the show, you're welcome to. Say holler the word, put it in the chat, whatever it is, and we appreciate you. And you know what I mean, that's my point that I'm trying to make, is that I'm not the smartest guy in the room. I don't know it all. I just try to do the best I can do to make this channel and talk stuff that is of substance for the most part. Now the Fracas Show, that's a different story. When we do the Fracas Show,
right.
that's a whole different story. But again, the Fracas Show is for us to have fun and let our hair down, and make fun of each other, make fun of the people that come in the chat, and have fun. If you don't have thick skin, it's probably not the place. It's the place for you. It's probably not the place for you.
Yeah, we just chase out trolls, but we just really have a good time. And really, like I said, as you know, with me coming on here, like I said, talking about finances, I think a lot of people, they make it really should be the first change that you do before you do anything, before you get another job, because when you get more money, you think you got more money to spend.
Let me answer this.
You know what I mean?
Move on. Mark asked the question, Ron, your thoughts on President Trump demanding the release of UFO and alien life content could be interesting. First of all, I'm be honest with you. All right, this one right here actually did grab my attention. And the only reason why I say it grabbed my attention, because we all know how many conspiracy theories are out there when it comes to UFO, aliens. Is there really aliens? Is it not really aliens? I'm going to be honest with y'all. This is why I hope we do. It's because I think it will be more fun than anything else that they ever release. Because I honestly think this is the one thing that people will stop arguing about. Because there's nothing to argue. You get what I'm saying? Am I making sense here?
Yeah.
This is the one thing that I think people will stop arguing about.
Yeah.
And it's not about
I
whether
know exactly what you mean, about so many ways.
Get what I'm saying? Like,
I get exactly what you're saying.
I'm not even looking at it from a political perspective. I'm looking at it as
No.
All right, let's say let's say aliens, right? Yeah, I mean, somebody say, well, no, I was abducted by aliens, right? I was abducted by aliens. Let's just say the person that said they was abducted by aliens, right? And they still alive, and then something comes out where it's proven that they was actually abducted by aliens. Man, you know how hilarious that's going to be. And when somebody turn around and say I was molested, like if somebody say I was touched by aliens, they captured me, took me away, they examined on me, and all this other stuff. Listen, I don't know one way or the other.
And then they're gonna sue him. They're gonna sue him if he did have sex with them. They're gonna be like, "Yeah, you did. You gave me the alien virus." Like, I mean, that's gonna be kind of crazy. The baby moms, all kinds of stuff gonna come out. You know what I'm saying? Child support aliens.
What
Like,
is
I told you he was my father. I told you he was my father. I told you he was my father.
He said anything to distract from the Epstein files. I don't listen for me personally, and I told this before
Let's not make it that
about
political. Listen,
right,
I
yeah,
ain't in front, y'all. I'm
right,
not on the stance of the saying that's right.
right.
As
This
far
is
as when
not
it
even
comes to
about
Epstein, I
the
thought
point that we
that,
were trying
but
to make.
what he was saying was that would listen, anybody that don't like somebody, whatever any president or turned around and was doing, if anything or nothing, that right there would be like, oh, he did do that though.
Right,
That's all I'm saying. That was
that's my
what I
whole
think he
point.
was getting at. I don't think,
Right.
huh?
No, I know this. Somebody put that in the chat. I personally think I agree with it.
Right. That's where it
I like
becomes
the
funny with the
idea.
finding aliens.
Right. My thing is, I like the idea, and I would love. And listen, even if it did distract from that, I don't care. That's my whole point. When I was getting at, I don't
Right.
care. We need a distraction, but we need a distraction to actually get people off the bull crap.
Right. Right. I mean, to
That's
some
my whole
degree, I
point.
would have to say that that's right. It's
You know,
whether whatever's a plot is a plan or whatever it is, whatever. Now they want to release it. Maybe it is real. Maybe it ain't real. I remember you saying to me one time. I said, Ryan, I said, listen, man, I've been watching UFOs forever, man. You know me. I be all on that stuff. I love alien encounters. I said some of that stuff, man. I'm like, man, it's scary to believe. Blah blah blah. And Ronnie said, man, all the technology in the world and all the ethnicities that have seen it, I'm only gonna believe it if I see some black person that said they saw it. And I started laughing. I'm like, why? He said, because black people be like, yo, it was all over the place. Oh no, yo, that was crazy. Oh my God. Like he said, I know that we are so, he said, by foreign knowing how we're more animated than most ethnicities, we're not going to be like, yo, it did me this way, it did me that way. Like, we're just so animated that that's the only way. He said, I would believe. And I'm laughing because I'm like, man, all the alien things I do, I've never seen them had a hood dude, a hood chick, or a hood woman, female, young black male boy. You know what I'm saying? Why they don't get to see it? Not even the Africans. Like, they don't even, like, you know what I'm saying? You ain't see them with a class of Africans like, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, you would only be like, yeah, they talking gibberish.
I remember it because it's like, all right, you making a good point because I'm like, but it always, listen, I'm not saying it I'm right, but I always seen it was usually a white person out in the woods, out in this like some farmland, corn and stuff like that. And I'm like, man,
Area 52, 51, all the
I'm not
areas
gonna
you
sit
never
there and
seen,
say
right?
it's aliens or not. I said, but I said until they start showing up around black people in the hood or something like that, I said it's a little bit like why they afraid to go to the hood? What's the difference?
Right, yeah. They get their ship jacked.
Wait a minute. All right, and this is just a joking why. Listen, I'm just joking around. Listen, pay attention, y'all. We really can't refracting right now. Like, is the hood that dangerous? That the aliens like, nah, fuck that, I ain't doing that.
Yeah, why ICE ain't get them? why ICE ain't looking for them? You know what I'm saying? Why y'all can't find them?
Right. I'm
Capture that.
I think they need to have.
Capture that.
I think they should have had alien testimony, right? Aliens that tried to go to the hood and abduct somebody. It'd be like, man,
right. Yeah, maybe by the Epstein files, that's where the sex trafficking part or catch up with. You know what I'm saying?
But they tried to get me. I went there, man. He said I went there to grab. They started pulling out guns. They was shooting me. They said, look, matter of fact, they took me to Diddy's house.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm oiled all up and high.
That alien
my eyes look.
His face was like, please don't ever send me there no more. They got oil. They got oil.
Their eyes opened up real big. You know what I'm saying? Now they round.
He said, man, the level of perversion these people have, you see, He said, man, I'm an alien. They were supposed to be scared. They wasn't scared. They wanted
You remember
me.
when? You remember when that was a scary movie, and
Yeah.
when how they used to do the screen mask, and when the
Right.
screen mask got high, that's how the alien face got me like that long. You know what I'm saying? Aliens go back to
He was like, wait a minute.
us.
What is this?
Diddy! Diddy! Diddy!
He said, he back to his, he said, man, he said, I went down there and they said asked the aliens, like they asked me to take them to my leader.
Yeah. I was just
I
in
didn't
the
even funny.
woods.
He said, you know how I got back here? I had to get an Uber. They carjacked my UFO.
He was
But
like,
you
I
understand,
told
like
you
I
about
know
that
we joke,
line.
but your point that
Yeah.
you're making is that like, like why none of this stuff happens in the inner cities where all these people at? Like if I'm, you know what I'm saying? So it's like that's why I had a hard
Population,
time
yeah.
believing a lot of stuff.
Population is so big, they
Right.
never go to a population in Brooklyn or the East or West LA or Chicago. And
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Listen, they know they go, listen, they know we be trying to take stuff. They be so mad that either we
Man,
learned the technology or took the technology or actually got somebody for their shit. They be like, yeah, I was talking to an alien all night.
Could you
And
imagine
yo, I
this?
came up.
Could you imagine if a UFO was to land at Broughton Airy?
No, listen. I used to always say this, right? For people, I remember one time there was a newspaper article. It said Philadelphia got the ugliest people in their city, right? And I said, listen, I'm gonna tell you what. If you go anywhere from 8th, Chestnut, Walnut to 20th, 23rd and Walnut, you see anything that you want up there, and I guarantee you'll tell me that I said they must ain't go up there about between 2:00 and 4:00. You know what I'm saying? No, I said the 7. I said because you can get anything from 13th Street, and people that live in Philly know what I'm talking about. 13th Street, Walnut, and anything, woman, man, everything, aliens, anything that you want, you will find something that look good. I guarantee you around there between them times. Lunchtime to the clock out time, trust me, guarantee you, and what do they call it? After work hours. Anytime after that, I'm telling you, you'll find anything you want. I guarantee it'll be something that you want in between them streets. So, again, why the alien ain't pulled up there yet? I'm like, hey, they know they get got.
Man,
Like, I know they saying something.
They ain't gonna have no ship no more.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's gonna happen. They ain't gonna have no spaceship no more. They be like, man, listen, how you think they came up with ET phone home?
Yeah. They jacked him for his phone. They like, how does work? How does work, yo?
Hey, Jack,
Come on,
he
here.
had to find a way back home
Put
now
the oil
because
on
he
you.
can't.
Smoke this. He like, oh. The alien didn't want to give it back. He like, because you know the alien can't roll it because he only got like 3 fingers. So he can't roll it. So he need humans to roll it. He like, no, roll it. Roll that up. I tell you. Oh, where my phone at, yo? Where my phone? Where my phone? Oh, y'all ain't gonna let me make a call? All right, y'all playing? All right. Yo, where my ship at?
That's just listen. That's just I mean, I know we're joking around, whatever, but I mean, I gotta blame that one on Mark because Mark brought up the subject of releasing those files, and I don't even know Mark even thought that far into it when he said it. But I think, and me personally, I don't care one way or the other, but it would be hilarious to see people's react. Like if there's really a lot of stuff in there that we don't know about, and a lot of conspiracy theories, and they start to be find out that a lot of these conspiracy theories and stuff is true. That would be interesting. That would be interesting. But
Any
I mean,
any move like that, like he got every direction at this point to turn around and do that. And if he did it with that, or it was done like that in his time, of course, whether it's a get it off of me or not, the fact that he handled it and whatever we finding, and then with that, and if he turned, and then once the law is what the law going to do. That's what they're going to have to be mad at. They got to be mad at the law. Don't be mad at how somebody use and abuse the law and get away with it. That's where it's funny. It's like, well, it's in front of your face too. You understand what I mean? It's in front of your face too. But like you said, if he turned around and same thing with the alien thing, he signed that and they do find out that there were aliens, they're gonna be like, ooh, ooh.
I honestly, like I said, that the only thing I thought about is I think for the sake of giving people something, hold on. The only thing I think about is that I think that it would be I think it will be very, like Mark said, he did mention interesting when he said it.
Right.
And I think it would be, like, honestly speaking, I think it would be extremely interesting to see exactly what was going on. Like, if there is stuff that the government was actually hiding from the
That's the other part they need to be concerned about. The fact that,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like,
Listen.
there was actually aliens. You know what I mean? Like, here's the thing about this is that a lot of time we see all these movies in Hollywood, and some of that stuff you be like, yeah, I don't know, they might really be on to something, or they already know. They put it out there in the movie to kind of play the game of, oh, we're gonna be slightly honest, so we'll put it in the movie so people can have their own conspiracy about it. But I don't know, man. I think it'd be interesting to see what was in the files. I mean, honestly, from an information aspect, I think it would be a great idea to do it. Like, just so people can kind of like, okay, yeah, you know, interesting. You know what I mean? Like, if there's something in there, like, but I mean, then again, we might end up, all of us might end up being extremely disappointed because there wasn't nothing there that actually struck our interest.
This will disappoint me.
Right.
When there is something on it and somebody's still hiding what's on it, and y'all only allow what y'all want to allow to be open and said. Right. That's where I get mad.
That would be disappointing.
Then I get mad at, wait a minute, I ain't finished though. Then I'm mad at the fact that most of these situations they bust, government is involved and they been new because they was hiding or doing something else. And then now that it's open, now you want us to help prosecute. Y'all been knew this. That meant it was wrong. Why didn't y'all stop it when you knew it was wrong?
It was going down.
Why does it still exist?
Well, we know why, because you're not going to stop.
Y'all in it. Because y'all in it. Y'all in it. Y'all in them files.
Right. So if you're
look,
not,
I don't care if they
nobody's going to open up a can of worms on themselves, whoop behind on their own stuff. So if I'm
just like when they ask
I know I'm guilty of something, and that's in there, and it may expose, you know what I mean? If it may expose me, my thing is that I learned a long time.
But expose them, they don't do nothing about it. That's the part that be making funny. We're interested.
If you ain't gonna do nothing about it, then who cares? That's how I feel.
It's like this. I used to feel like I remember one time my girlfriend found a telephone number in my wallet.
Right.
It said, now of course I'm like, yo, call the number. But at some point you like, if I didn't want her to call that number, I'd have snatched the number out of her hand. Like, no, don't call that. Don't call that. Don't call that.
Right.
Don't look at this letter. Don't look at this letter. Don't look at this. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so that's what a common person do. So listen, we ain't worrying about them opening Epstein files.
Yeah. Honestly, I wasn't worrying about it. I wasn't. I'm gonna tell you, when people used to ask me about it, this is always my statement. I don't care. You know what I care about? If it's any proof that they've been touching children off what they had, I don't care if it's the president on down. I don't care what adults do amongst adults. There's so many factors in there that people are not putting into the equation. My thing is this: if I go to your house, if you invite me to your house, and I don't know what goes on in your house, do I?
No.
If I go into your house You invite me there. I'll go there as a guest, right? And this is where I look at it. Same thing with the people that keep talking about Esting Island and all that stuff. Shut up. I don't want to hear it. Because this is where you guys keep leaving out the equation. If I invite you, if you invited to someone's island, and this is just my perspective, and I show up there, I don't know what I'm getting myself into until I get there. You get what I'm saying? So you can't just keep making people guilty of stuff and they have no idea what they're getting themselves into. Now, what they also don't understand is that they don't understand how people can pressure you into something, especially when they got you by where you can't escape. You get what I'm saying? This is the reason why I don't wear this stuff too heavy. If I end up at your house and you vicious, you some type of malicious person, I didn't know that. I just happened to visit your house. This is just my perspective. Nobody had to agree with me. I get to your house, right? You got hidden cameras all in your house. I don't know about that. Now I'm in the house and I'm like, I start seeing stuff that I don't agree with. Now I want to escape, right? Now you got bodyguards, you got all types of security there, right? Let's just say, for instance, you're forcing me to do stuff I'm not willing to do.
Yeah, the brain ain't coming and leaving in the next 3, 4, 5 months.
Right. Now I'm stuck there until I can get out of there. Now you're forcing people to do stuff that they're not willing to do. I'm not saying this is what happened. This is just how I think. Now I'm compromising my own integrity because I'm trying to survive.
And they got my phone.
Now they listen. Not only that, now this stuff happens years ago. I don't even think a lot of stuff they might even have cell phone. But here's my point to this: is that now they got me on camera, recorded, compromised behavior. Now I'm in the situation of blackmail. You understand my point? This is why I do not subscribe to every little thing that people throw out. This is the reason why I said, if you can fully prove that someone was touching children or maliciously doing something proof-wise, that's how we deal with it. I don't make people guilty by association, is my point. I don't care if the person is Democrat. I don't care if they're Republican. I don't care who that Hollywood, not Hollywood. I do not make people guilty based on association. Because if that was the case, you know how many people be sitting up in prison right now? Most of us have been around somebody that had done some stuff and we didn't even know they did it. And then found out they was in jail because they did something we didn't even know they did. But yet we were around them, we associated with them. That is the point that I be trying to make. I don't care who's in the list. I don't care who was over there. The minute you can prove that somebody was forcing people to do something against their will. Because here's the thing, black male.
If they went there several times, if they went there several times, things like that, again.
That's a different
story. Right.
That is a different
story. Y'all was in and out of it, and y'all was part of it.
And I use the same analogy when it came to Diddy House. I used the same analogy when it came to the Bill Cosby situation.
Bill Cosby, yeah.
Right. So my point, I use the same analogy. So this has nothing to do with like Trump as a whole. This has to do with anybody. I use the same analogy. Why? Because you can't make somebody guilty of something just based off of association with somebody. Now, my point is this. But if you can prove that they would, listen, one thing about it is that if you can prove it, I say the children aspect, again, they need to be dealt with. You get what I'm saying? They need to be dealt with. Now, the other thing is this. Even when it comes to the blackmail aspect, I want y'all to understand how powerful blackmailing is. Let's say I did go to the island once, and now they got blackmail tapes on me. They got me compromised doing stuff that I did not want to do. Now you are manipulating my life and forcing me to do stuff that I do not want to do. You almost dictating every movement from that point on. Why? Because
I told you to be here, right? I told you I want you here at this time.
Now,
I told you I want you here at this time. I want you to do this.
I talked about all of this that part. Now I'm gonna tell you how you fix that problem. This is the reason why a lot of time, and I'm not telling nobody what to believe or not believe, but I am a 100% Bible believing person. This is the reason why I understood why the Bible said, confess your faults one to another. And the reason why it tells you to confess your fault, it calls it sin, is to make sure no one, the Satan will use that power against you to manipulate your behavior. Don't care what people think. This is the reason why I don't care what people think. Confess your faults one to another. The more you confess your faults, the less power anybody have over you. They cannot dictate your behavior. They can't dictate. They be like, well, you know, he was messing around with so-and-so. Yeah, he told you. He's talking about it all the time.
Yeah.
And you know, he was sleeping around with it. Yeah, he said it. He would talk about it all the time. Yeah, they did this to me. They made me do this. You see how confession matters? And then you hold your peace and you let God fight your battle. That's simple. And it's less stressful. Because I'm going to tell you something. What did Kevin Hart do when that girl tried to blackmail him? He told on himself.
He told on himself.
He told on himself.
Yeah, I was doing this. This is how it happened. I expect my friend to say whatever. I effed up. As we said, I effed up.
He told on himself. And guess what? That blackmail card she had, gone. Gone. She had no more power.
And then everybody got mad.
And everybody got mad. And you know what happened? I guarantee you that when Kevin Hart thought that when I tell this is going to be the worst thing ever, you think it was?
Nope. I think it was the best thing ever.
It was the best thing he could ever did. Why?
I think it was the best everything ever.
Actually,
people accepted him.
He accepted
Once he
responsibility. Accountability.
Responsibility. Same thing with Michael Vick. Same thing with Michael Vick.
Right.
You know what I mean? He had to do that. He had to turn around and go.
If you was
I was guilty of that, so let me help that.
Right. The problem with these people on there, I can care less about the people's names on this file. The problem with a lot of these people that are starting to getting caught up into this is because they were trying to cover up. And that's where they start making the mistakes. The minute you start trying to cover it up is where you start to go wrong. But this conversation ain't really about that. But But again, these type of stuff. But the bigger picture is this is what they always throw out there in your face to distract you from how they actually making money. Because in the end of the day, these are all distractions. All this conversation that we had about this, how much money?
It was a distraction about it, but with the finances.
All this distraction about this conversation, which is cool. How is any of this going to benefit us financially?
But it's the same what they do. That's what they do.
This is what they do. They distract you with this stuff. Meanwhile,
guess what? It costs money to do what they're doing. So we keep on investing. Keep on investing while you're doing it with the platforms, with the phones, with the businesses. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And these are the things that they create politically wise to keep you distracted from opportunity. While we're doing this conversation, which is cool, like I said, I understand that. But while we're doing this conversation and while we're talking about different things on here, these are the things that people will spend their energy in. But when you start talking about money, finances, better in your life, they don't have the energy for that. But they have energy. But they have energy for the drama and the political arguments and all that, which is cool. I don't have a beef with that. My point is that how is any of this knowledge is going to benefit you financially in your everyday life? This is where it's nothing wrong with that stuff. I'm not saying that part. My point is there's a lot of people that spend so much energy here that every day the stock market is making decisions on your life.
Not every day.
Cleaning up.
Right now.
Right now. Wall Street is cleaning up, positioning themselves to be powerhouses. While everybody else, listen, Wall Street ain't arguing politically. Because they're paying for the moves, for things to move politically for them. Because they have enough money to dictate how it goes.
Yeah, listen, like yesterday.
Right. All of us on the low end of that, like me, And like the bug, we're peons in this game. And Mark said they'll load up more. Mark, I ain't gonna lie to you. Listen, I have more money invested in crypto than I ever had. And I'm gonna tell you why I did it. And I'm not saying that I'm right. Back to the finances, because I love this conversation.
Yes.
I'm not saying that I'm right. Now, crypto, of course, is not a dividend investment, right? Crypto is not something that pays dividends, but there are some that do. Ethereum and Robinhood, what they got is just called the stack program, where you can move the money into the stack program, and now you draw interest on your crypto. But I was reading a story yesterday, and Mark and everybody else on there, and people were saying, "Oh, crypto's going to crash. Let it crash. If it crashes, I'm gonna buy some more. I don't care." But now, Crypto.com, is now allowing people to borrow and leverage against their cryptocurrency. Like borrow Dogecoin. If you got Dogecoin, if you got XRP, you got Bitcoin, and some of the bigger name cryptos, they're allowing you to do this stuff, right? If crypto was on its way out, why in the world would they do that? See, they're telling you, oh, crypto's bad, this and that and that and that, and these are always the distractions. And I'm not saying crypto isn't. I don't know. But my thing is just scared money don't make money. I got more money invested in crypto than I've ever had in my life. And I'm holding tight and holding strong. Listen, when I say I am bleeding in the red with crypto right now, I'm bleeding in the red with crypto. I got some crypto that I am down almost 50%. Doesn't matter. It does not change my perspective. I'm still loading up. Because right now I'm in it for the long haul. Before it was a quick dollar. Today is a long haul. And I'm staying with it. And I'm not, and listen, I don't.
I'm gonna get started on my first paycheck just to show y'all how, when I can show y'all in a matter of months of what I can do.
Because they spoofing everybody else out of the game.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing.
And that's when you buy into the game. Stay in the game. Don't buy it. Y'all can. But guess what? I'm gonna tell y'all, as a common person, I ain't gonna go to college either. You know what I'm saying? I do know, got a high school diploma, but I can't say that I'm smarter than anybody that went somewhere. I'm buying as well. Yeah, y'all need to do just buy. I ain't telling y'all what to buy, but start looking at it. Keep your mind perspective on whatever it is that you got going on.
I'm not telling you.
I mean, sometimes
I've been dumping money in Bitcoin. I'm gonna tell y'all what I bought. Money in Bitcoin. I got money in Shiba. I got money in Dogwood Hat. I got money in Doge Elon Mars. I got money in Ethereum. I got money in. I probably got about 10 different cryptos that I'm just keep filtering a little bit money in as I can. If I had more money to work with it, yeah, it'd be a different story. I ain't built like that. But right now, I am heavy and I'm loading. And when I get off this live, I'm going to see if I can scrape up a few dollars somewhere and probably do some more.
Yeah.
But because honestly speaking, that's what I want. I mean, don't get me wrong. I stick to my divs. I am 95%, 98% dividend investor. That is never going to change. But right now, I'm in deep. When I say I've been buying. And don't get me wrong, it's uncomfortable buying.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all it is, but y'all gonna see me starting next week. I'm gonna tell y'all what I did. I'm gonna tell y'all where I'm gonna start from, and then I'm gonna let y'all know where I end at. Just to let y'all know the struggle was hard, is real. But you can change your life. Y'all gonna see me do some things on here. Y'all gonna actually see my life change with my, just self-ambition and being consistent and committed to my own budget.
Right.
You know what I mean? Don't go out of my living, but my living might not be your living.
Hopefully, Ant like the bug, you can get back in next week when we get back to Financial Fridays, man. And here's the thing, especially with you, because I know you said you're going to get in there, and that way they kind of get to watch and hear about your journey. More so. I mean, just like mine, I talk about where I'm at. I talk about where I was going. Yeah, I remember that, Mark. I remember when they did that. When they did that to the Bitcoin, but you know, it is what it is. I mean, we don't have no power and control over. Only thing we can do is rock it out. But people don't realize the 52 week with Bitcoin, the highest was 120 something $1,000, right? That's the 52 week high. The 52 low was $60,000. Right now, Bitcoin is sitting at around $67,000. So it is by far closer to its low in a year than it is than its high. This is the reason why I said, you know what? If I'm going to take the risk, this is the time to do it. It's time to do it. We don't know where it's going to go. And say what y'all want to say, Bitcoin and crypto is not going on. Because if they're doing all this other stuff behind the scenes, believe me when I tell you, if you can't stomach it long enough to hold out long enough, the cryptocurrency is going to skyrocket. And when it does, those people that said, "Oh man, they're gonna wish," well, God, listen, and you know, like I said, I was so disgusted with myself when I sold Dogecoin when I did, and I missed out.
Yeah.
I had a $400 investment that could have made me $180,000, and my dumb behind sold. That's the best way I can say it,
Yeah.
and that will not happen
And then
twice.
I can almost say that I made 8,700 off of them. Because I kind of got in it a little late, but I did it. I did 8,700 in like 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? After putting in trinkets of 20 here, 30 there, 60 there. I've never put nothing over $60. Like it was like 20, 40, 10. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And
And
then
they don't
I just
understand.
happened to get on the time that it rise and went. And I was like, whoa. And then had I got my, and I said, I'm gonna put my, what's the name on it? What's that? There's a stimulus check.
I guess they call it
The
so time.
stimulus check. Had I was able to put my stimulus check in there, I'd have been up to like 30 grand. And I was like, yo, that'd have been in like 6 weeks. I was so mad.
Right.
I was so mad.
Yeah, Mark, you're
And I
right
said,
about that.
I'm gonna put that whole joint on that. I'm gonna put two of these joints on that, bang. And it was just like, oh, are you kidding
Mark,
me? Something else came up. My
when that
car acted up and I spent like, yeah.
when that Elon Musk situation came, yeah, he was that's when that thing boomed. Elon Musk got into the Dogecoin. But no, I was saying was somebody in here, I guess they call themselves trying to troll you. But
Who trolled me?
yeah, you keep trying to troll you, Mark. Mark, when you get a chance, make sure you come in on a Fracas show this Sunday at 12 o'clock. You want to make jokes about people, come to the Fracas show, 12 o'clock noon, Sunday.
Oh, Mark wants to roll with me? Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, come on to Fracas on Sunday.
Come on the Fracas show.
I definitely
All the stuff that you're saying right
read your
now,
comment.
Mark, when you come on the Fracas show Sunday, make sure you repeat all the stuff you're saying today. That's all I'm saying. Don't be afraid.
Yeah, I welcome
Come
you.
on the Fracas show and repeat all the stuff you're saying today.
Please, I beg of you.
So make sure you come back to the Fracas show. Like and subscribe to the channel. Come to the Fracas show. Make sure 12 o'clock noon Sundays. You definitely this is what we do on Sunday. So you're welcome to come to the Fracas show, 12 o'clock noon Sunday. Mark, and you can say all you want to say about Ant Like the Bug or anybody else for that matter. Not you, Mark. It's another Mark King, 6369. Mark, not you, Mark. I'm talking about.
I welcome you.
It's a Mark Sin.
I welcome you.
This is the person we talking about, Mark Sending King or something. I don't know. I don't even know how to read that. So 6369. Not you, Mark. It's another Mark Singing. I don't know. Mars sinking. Yeah, it's not you. We talk about somebody else. This person right here. You're welcome to come to the Fracas show. I mean, it's looked like his. If that's your profile picture with a wig on, yeah, you special. But that's cool. I don't
Yeah,
care where you
please.
come. Make sure you come back Sunday, 12 o'clock noon, Eastern Standard Time in America. See, if you like and listen what you do. Like to the channel. Hit the notification button. That way you get notified as soon as we start the live Sunday. So make sure you get that way you get notified, all right? That way, you're welcome to come in. You're welcome to go throw it in there, and then you can say whatever you want to say. We appreciate it. We really do. You know what I'm saying?
Bug too.
Open up, Mark Sanson. We
I
want to talk
got
about
you.
you, my brother. Nah.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, but anyway, we get ready to get up out of here because we got lives to live, I think.
Yeah, I gotta be at work Sunday at 12 p.m. For Mark King, whatever 63, whatever with the wig, whatever he said. Yeah, come see me then.
Yeah, just make sure you come in then. But my brother, man, appreciate the donation to the channel, holding us down real strong. Appreciate you. I mean, and I love your support.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean, even if you didn't support financially, you know what I mean, I still appreciate you supporting the channel, watching the videos, being a strong supporter of the channel. Appreciate you very, very much. Real talk, and that allows us to continue on. And
Oh, thank you. I thank you. I see that. Thank you. Well, it ain't me but I still thank you because it's Ron's show. All right, I know I appreciate it because he's talking about you.
You're also part of the show, so it does help. Believe me. Believe me when I tell you, it helps a lot, man. And I mean, we appreciate you very, very much, Mark. Real talk. I mean,
Thank you.
I'm trying to do great things, and every little bit helps. You know what I mean? It really does. But I gotta get ready.
Thanks for the support, man.
So I gotta go do other things to help pay bills.
Yeah, and I got to do stuff like help save the world. So,
but we appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all for hanging in there. Appreciate y'all for hitting the like button. Appreciate y'all for hitting the subscribe button. If you haven't already, please subscribe to Ant Like the Bug's channel. He's still working on his channel individual. And 6369, because you like trolling Ant Like the Bug, you should go to Ant Like the Bug channel and you need to subscribe over there too. That way you become his best friend. Because he's 6'3" and he's black.
Yeah. But I ain't 69 with you though. You can keep them numbers.
You notice I didn't say 6'9", I said 6'3". I left
See you Sunday. All right. Yeah. You keep that 6'9", bro. That 69 you keep, and 67, that stuff, that weird stuff.
But,
all right, yeah. See you Sunday, Mark.
All right. With that said, we get ready to get about it. Every single one of y'all. First thing is make God first. Second thing is y'all have a blessed, wonderful day. And me and Ant Like the Bug, we out of here. Peace.
We out there. Wow.
Fellas, ladies, you looking for lotions? You looking for beard oils? But unfortunately, everything you get from mainstream got chemicals in it and it's probably killing you? No problem, we got you. Go check out my people from Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. That's Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. www.top2bottom, BOTTU, the U is for unique, M.com. Tell them I sent you.